Colin McRae Rally 3 would be the third entry in the legendary Rally series that started way back on the original PlayStation, and this entry would be the first in the series to be released on the PS2 in 2002, and it would also get subsequent releases on the Microsoft Xbox and the Windows PC, and would carry on the lineage of the iconic series into the next generation at that time. The game itself generally received favourable reviews, praising the improvements in the handling dynamics, sense of speed, the collision system, and just generally with the graphics and sound and customization of the cars over its predecessors. But then it was in a different generation because the PlayStation 2 was a lot more powerful compared to the PS1, so people were eager to see how the game would be represented and even look with regards to the visuals, and it didn't disappoint, as for its time it was considered to be one of the better looking racing games seen on the PS2, and it added so much even from the iconic Colin McRae Rally 2, which had a plethora of options, cars and modes available. Colin McRae Rally 3 just continued on that lineage with a variety of different modes, from rallies to quick races and different staged races that increase in difficulty as you play. So the championship modes will be a reflection of that they will improve in difficulty or increase in difficulty, and they will test your overall skills. So the thing with this game is that you do have to sit down and play it for a while and adapt to the different treacherous terrains and environments that you will end up racing on, and you will have to try and improve your overall skills while driving each of the cars. And plus you have access to the iconic rally cars of the time, from the likes of the Ford Focus RS, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 and 7, the Subaru Impreza WRX, the Citroen Zara, Citroen Saxo, MG ZR, Ford Puma rally car, Fiat Punto, among many other classic cars such as the MG Metro 6R4, the Ford RS200, the Lancia 037, and with a selection of additional extra cars that you can unlock as you play. So there's a lot of fun elements in this game, and you race across different environments that are situated within different countries throughout the world, anything from Sweden to Japan to the UK, Finland, Spain, Australia, USA and even Greece. So you have a multitude of different options and gameplay styles at your disposal, and it generally is a very fun game to play. Even though it's a very early addition to rally games on the PS2, the gameplay is very dynamic and is very good for what it does offer. Now, in saying that, the gameplay would be improved even with its further sequels with Colin McRae Rally 4 and even the 2005 edition. The gameplay would be definitely improved in some regards, but this is a very good solid all-round racer. If you're a fan of rally games, there's a great sense of speed, especially when you're able to push the car to the limits and you get familiar with the track layouts and the handling physics of the cars, and especially if you can master the various types of weather terrain, you will definitely have a really good solid experience that will definitely give you a great sense of achievement once you win races. And if you're a fan of the Colin McRae series, even going back to the original PS1 days, you will be right at home here with this series on the PS2. And even for myself personally, I played the original Colin McRae Rally way back in the early days on the PS1. I remember on my 16th birthday I got a demo disc as part of the UK PlayStation magazine, and I had a demo of Colin McRae Rally 1, and I'll never forget it. It was one of the best experiences I ever had pretty much with games, because to get to play the first Colin McRae game, and the best thing about that demo was that there was hidden tracks in it. You were able to play 3 tracks in total, but you had to keep replaying the demo to unlock the different tracks, which were hidden because you wouldn't have known that originally when you started playing it. So you had tracks from the likes of Monte Carlo, New Zealand and Australia, so it added so much replay value to the demo itself. It was just iconic, and I spent so much time in that. So even moving forward then to getting to play a demo of Colin McRae 2 a couple of years later, and even to go on and eventually buy the game itself. So when Colin McRae 3 came out on the PS2, I was excited and wanted to get the game as well, so I pretty much got it after the first couple of weeks when it came out, and I wasn't disappointed. Now, it did take a wee bit of a while for me personally to get into it, because again, the handling dynamics from racing games on the PS2 is somewhat different to the PS1, because again, you're getting used to controlling games with the analog sticks compared to using the D-pad of old games. So it definitely took a little bit of a while to get used to, but once you did, that was it. It was phenomenal. Even going back to playing the game as of now with recording this video, once I started playing the first few races, I found myself putting 2 or 3 hours into the game, and I just got addicted to it all over again, because it's one of those games, yes, it is tough to understand the handling physics at first, but give it time. once you do, you will get addicted to this game. That's just the way that it is, and that's how good of a game that it is, that it just draws you in the more that you put time into it. So again, it's an iconic game as part of an iconic series, and it is definitely worth a playthrough in my book, hands down. If you're a fan of the Colin McRae Rally series, even going back to the PS1, definitely try this game out. It is a really good solid experience, and definitely worthwhile playing on the PS2 if you can get access to it. And I would love to know your thoughts on Colin McRae Rally 3 for the PS2 if you have played it yourself back in the day, and if so, what do you think of this iconic game, or even do you enjoy all of the games in the series, even as far back as the PS1? I'd love to hear whatever stories you do have of this game, so be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated of future videos. And if you would like to see more content around other types of rally games also seen on the PS2, you can check out this playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.